see if we do get a camp cutscene here. But it doesn't seem like anyone wants to talk. Oh, Astarion wants to talk. So, you do not have to go all the way through Temple after completing Grove. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Looking at something?
I remember the first time I saw this scene, I was like, oh wow, of course Astarion is the one who's like admiring himself in the mirror. But hey, vampire, or at least vampire spawn. Kinda hard to see yourself in the mirror. Oh, how did you know I was here?
The only benefit to a mirror when you have my condition. It doesn't quite make up for the lack of a reflection, mind you.
I mean, kind of cool for observation that you can just see, like, with the mirror what's, like, behind you. Physically also quite confusing, though. Do you miss it? Seeing your own face?
Preening in the looking glass? Petty vanity? Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red.
Oh. I mean, if we could actually paint, we could just, like, paint it, right? But... I just wanted to say, I don't know if Lavender is, like, proficient with, like, painting tools or something. Then again, we did make quite the ritual circle around Quill, right? I don't know, maybe Dark Urge is like the born artist. Probably more like painting in blood, though. You have nothing to worry. It's a very good face.
Is it? What do you see when you look at me?
Did you hear the sound? Did you just smash the mirror? Strong, piercing eyes.
Oh. Go on.
Fishing for compliments. But hey, let's give him some. You know, the dangerous smile.
Very good. Now just tell me I'm beautiful and we can call it a day.
I love option 2 and 3. You're pretty good. Not gay good, but pretty good. You're fine. Now Shadowheart, that's a beauty. Okay, I mean, outgame honesty would be 2. But let's be nice. You're beautiful.
Observant. Mirrors aren't much use, but being reflected in someone else's eyes? Well, I could do worse.
I would love to have your confidence, Astarion. Make a portrait using blood. Yeah, I think that sounds like the kind of romantic gesture the Dark Urge would do, right? Here, I painted this in my blood. Okay, thank you. So if we went down to the Underdark, we could have, like, gotten the waypoint. I mean, we're not playing for efficiency. I mean, it is a good point, but still, anyway. Oscar painted Astarion for me in the last playthrough. Oh, that's so cool. Does, like, Astarion react to that? No, just the portrait was being random. Oh. Would be cool if you reacted to that.
It's always a pleasure to see you sauntering over.
Oh, you. So, what do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mindflayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe...
Death, but not
answers,
ours.
if we can convince the right people to talk.
We're bringing the absolutist death, alright. I mean, we could try to talk to the others, but I don't think they have anything new to talk about. Let's just test it with, like, Shadowheart and Wyll, and if they don't have anything new to talk about, we'll just go to bed.
You've got something to say?
That sounds so rude. I mean, not rude, but also not very friendly. But then again, we didn't have Wyll in the party a lot, right? Probably our relationship just isn't that good. Ooh, hey, with Astarion we are very good. Nice.
Just what I need.
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something?
Right, off to bed. Yeah, I think it's kind of too early to ask Volo again about, like, if he came up with a method to cure the tadpole, right? Well, let's ask. Let's pressure him a little.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here.
Didn't he used to call us
I'll
friends?
just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Did we lose approval? Has your research turned up anything that might help with the parasite problem?
Not yet, I'm afraid. But my expectations are very, very high.
Considering you're a bard, mine are kinda low. And I know that it sells bard, but as a bard lover, that's okay. I'm allowed to do that. Alright, let's have a very, well, I guess very meaty dinner. Oh. Ooh, do we meet our guardian again? That's fast.
I promised I'd be back.
Maybe because we used all those
Don't worry.
tadpoles?
I have things under control. For now.
I really like the design we
See,
chose.
you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things
Yeah.
haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
I don't know. It just feels if you have a tadpole in your brain, and then you suddenly encounter like a mysterious person who's like, "Hey, how about you take even more tadpoles?" That still feels sketchy as hells, right? Well, Psylocke is bugged. He's currently always rude, even with high approval. That's so odd. I do wonder, how do those bugs like come up again in the patches? Because I mean, it used to work all the time. Our guardian is sus. Yeah. I really do wonder who from a roleplay, like how many people from a roleplay perspective were like, okay, let's trust our guardian. I mean, I do get the allure of power, but yeah, there are like few unsafer ways to achieve power than like inserting more tadpoles into you. I don't know. Trust your guardian. Guardian is love. Guardian is life. Yeah, tadpole life, tadpole love, I guess. And hey, something by proxy. I hope you're fine. Nice to see you again. I love sacrificing Wyll to the Kuotoa. Oh boy. Not the biggest fan of him. I have been offered a greater power by my butler is also like a very weird sentence to say to someone who probably doesn't even know who our butler is, right? I trusted in the beginning mostly because I still thought it was a woman. Wow, you simp, Alistair. You just trusted your dream visitor because she was a woman? That sounds like very easy to get your trust. Not for me, but hey. Tell me who you are.
It's complicated, but I'm an adventurer. Just like you.
How ominous do you want to
Just like
answer?
you, I was
Yes.
infected with a Mindflayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. But to do that, we'll need to think beyond local healers. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites were merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerûn.
It's funny how quite a lot of people can actually detect that, like, people have been tampered with the tadpole and there's magic on it. But no one can tell us, like, the origin of that magic so far, or also, like, what does that tampering magic even do, right? Oh well. I mean, as I said before, Auntie Ethel is actually the only one who can tell you more, because she can actually tell you the origin of that magic. And she's not happy about it. So, what is it, the sickness?
The Absolute's aims are not yet clear to me. But its progress towards domination is clear. These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god.
Yeah, just like the goblins, right?
With Priestess Gut. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the true souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not
Just
for
as we
my
saw it on the
protection,
ship, right?
so would you.
I think also interesting details. I mean, in the end, all the absolutists or the true souls are controlled, right? Through the tadpoles. So in the end, they are also controlled to, like, cooperate and do, like, the bidding of those three we saw in the beginning, right? Well, in the beginning, at the entrance of the goblin camp. And I think it's interesting that in the end, Princess God still tries to kill you. And I do wonder, is it just, like, cause her personality shows? That, like, her personal ambition is greater than the control to work together? Or is actually working together not that important at that moment? Smashed up past BG3 edition. Nice. I gotta say, have fun with the mind flayers, Diana, all you want, but no. You can have them all. I don't want them. Same with Aboleth and Krakens. Oh boy. Kinky. Quite a lot. And it's of course easy for pretty faces, even when they're not trustworthy. I mean, I can't argue with that. I gotta agree 120%. Looking at Oren, looking at Minthara, looking at you, Alistair. Yeah, right, Juniper? Oren being prime example. Like, I'm pretty bad, but Oren is where I draw the line. I really hope you draw the line before Oren. Anyway. I think it's pretty cool that we can still talk with the Dream Visitor about, like, our urges. But I mean, last time I didn't really say anything interesting about that. My mind tells me to do foul things. Are you sure your protection is working?
I protect you from becoming a mind flayer. I cannot protect you from yourself. But I know what it is like to be burdened by forces outside of your control. We are alike. You and I.
But what is it?
I've
Is
been
it a
trying to
force
escape from
outside
this
of our
evil for a
control,
long
or is it
time.
us?
Once,
Those are different statements.
I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells. They need me. I have to go.
It's also quite a nice place here. A lot of stars. So, what is going on there?
The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it.
Off
Go.
to Moonrise.
Our freedom depends on it.
But it is curious, the vibe of the scene is very different when you actually embrace the tadpole's power. Like, he plays the We're Alike card like way more, right? Alright, before we leave, we have to talk to Volo. I think Volo came up with a great plan. And we also need to cast all our spells. 1, 2, no, well. The range is not that great of the spell. Here you go, Gale. And where's Shadowheart? Here's Shadowheart. Are you just talking about like... Are you still just talking about like... who you want to sleep with? Oh boy. Bonk to all of you. Oh, come on, I definitely hit Minthara. I'm just saying, Minthara sounds like a mistake you're going to regret a pretty long time. Minthara's evil, but she's also so hot. I mean, she's literally a devil, right? Minthara I can understand too. I guess I draw the line and will likely survive the night. But I think you also won't be really happy after the night with Minthara, right? Just like... a devil always takes, a devil always plays with you. I don't know, there has to be a catch somewhere.
Keep it together. One day I'll catch a break.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here.
I'm quite sure
I'll
earlier
just
he
make
said
myself
my friend.
comfortable. Thank you so much.
Minthara can take whatever she wants. That sounds a little cheap, my dear. Has your research turned up anything that might help with the parasite problem? I like how edgy we look. I still love it. Oh yeah, lie down on that instrument.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep, just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic after all.
Why do I kind of feel like a science project in elementary school? How many times have you done this before?
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
You know, this parasite is unusual. I have it on good authority that extraction is currently impossible.
You won't find a more learned opinion on this matter, I assure you.
Oh, I doubt that. But hey, since in the first Let's Play we did say we don't do that because it seems sketchy as hell, let's do it. I can just tell you, if you're squeamish or don't like gore or gory sounds, just like mute it for a minute or two. It might also be that I'm looking away. Do it.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
Ah, it's so horrible. Gosh, just imagining it, I just cringe. It's Do you have the faintest idea of what you're doing?
Don't fidget. The needle must slip behind your eye, not through it.
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push.
And Lavender clenches his fists, just as I do in real life.
Pain
Wow.
shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
I think I have it.
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a harp string.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement.
Imagine someone has a needle in your eye and says like, oh bother. The obstacle's my eye. And Lavender holds as still as possible, not minding the gore.
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye.
Do we even
Then,
still have an
reaching into
eye?
his bag, he produces an ice pick.
Volo, you're horrible. And Lavender eyes the implement, regrets his choices, but allows him to proceed.
Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Yeah, our right eye doesn't look that nice anymore. And Lavender holds his breath.
Cold metal presses against the
Lae'zel and
skin
Karlach
beneath your
disapprove.
brow.
Understandable.
And then, tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run.
I love those options.
I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Aha, I
Volo
regret.
tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Drat.
He pauses,
That's
looks
all you
down
say?
at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
Gosh, that was so uncomfortable to watch. Do you feel the same? Is it just me who's so squirmish? What the heck, Volo?
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage.
I am half blind. You knocked my bloody eye out.
Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do.
Partly responsible. Oh, that's rich. Why do you carry an ice pick and an
Take
artificial
this.
eye with you?
A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta.
Uh-huh. Cool, Volo. Thank you. Oh, well. Bleeding eye. But yeah, as some of you said before, the buff from that eye is actually pretty nice because you basically get like a permanent sea invisibility spell. But oof, you pay by watching that scene. Ah. Okay. Let's see what you said. I think devils would find it hard to be passionate lovers. Also, love is kind of foreign aspect to them. I could understand why a regular person could be more suitable. I mean, yeah. But I mean, then again, I do guess for a knight, devils can be quite proficient, right? Oh god, this scene. Yeah, also not a fan, Proxy. I don't know, none of the BG3 characters are really my type. Aww. Do you have like other video game characters who are like more your type, or just like not vibing with like video game characters in that way in general? An obstacle being my fucking eyebrow. My friend tells me horror stories about his diabetes where he needs to get injections into his eye and also have this iris scrape to stop him going blind. Yeah, because of the crystallization on the retina, right? It really is horrible. So, that's why you treat your diabetes. I wish Athel's eye had an upside to make it worth it, similar to Volo's. I mean, yeah. Then again, I think it's fair to actually get like a disadvantage from like making a deal with the hag. You should have known better. Losing an eye is not cosmetic. Not really. Okay. So, another bloody episode, so off we go. Do we need to prepare more spells? We do. We need to speak with animals. We also need to summon Scratch outside, and yeah, here we go. And for me, a Scratch. Why is it grayed out? Always prepared. Why can't I do that? The game is buggy again. Fix this Larian. I need my dog. Okay. Yeah. Let's head outside and let have hell break loose. Baldur's Gate 2, Airy. Unfortunately, I didn't play like the earlier Baldur's Gate games before, like myself. Dragon Age 2 Meryl. I like the cute girls. Yeah, seems kind of fitting. And like more on this like innocent, naive like spectrum. Because I mean then yeah, you don't really have that in BG3. Like in general. None of the characters actually seem to be like really fitting that. You're right. Mass Effect Liara Tali. I still also have to play Mass Effect.